Astro, New Zealand and Australia.
N11, yeah.
Region, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've seen it as talked about as
And
well.
I'm trying to work out, is the Bean, is that a part within the N11 or is it separate? Because here it's saying the N11. All right, guys, so this is night number 4 now on the Bean Nebula. Now I've managed to get some, I think so far I've got about 7 hours of oxygen, maybe about the same of hydrogen and sulfur. But tonight's a full moon, so I'm just going to collect probably maybe sulfur and a little bit of hydrogen. So this is in the Large Magellanic Cloud. Whew, that's heavier than I remember. This is in the Large Magellanic Cloud, and this is a collab with Logan from Logan's Astrophotography. So we're hoping to get at least 40 to 50 hours at least on this, and it's called the Bean Nebula, so it's a new one that we found recently. So we sort of thought to ourselves, if we can get as much data together as possible on this, both using the Esprit 120, I'm using the Optolong 3nm filters here. Not sure which one Logan's using. I think it might be the Antliers or the Optolong, not sure actually. So we're both at 840mm, same scope, same camera, maybe slightly different filters, but everything else should be the same. All right, so that should be pretty much good to go. I think it needs to come back a little bit from memory. There we go. Let's try that. All right. About another 45 minutes now. Don't think we've got a little bit of high cloud at the moment. Hopeful that's going to clear off, to be honest.
Is that 1763? Is that the Bean? God damn it. You think we're so organized.
It's like I'm trying to look at it thinking, is that a bean? It's like
Let's move this out of the way.
this could be a funny video at least. We could call it something
yeah.
like Two Men That Don't Know They're Photographing.
Photograph something.
Yeah, but something nebula.
So this is NGC 1763, which is the Bean, which I kind of presume is because it's shaped like that.
Yeah.
But and this is the N11 complex.
Yep.
Is that the way you would read it from this?
Which part do you think is the N11 complex? Just that whole, that bigger, that broader area.
Yeah, they show it here as an annotated image of N11. So it's this area here. So I shall move this out of the way now. So this
I think
is N11. Right. That must be N11.
Yeah.
I quite like this little tadpole sitting off here.
Yeah, I was thinking that. It's really nice, isn't it?
It's quite cool. I didn't really quite bring out as much of it. There is more blue in there, which I didn't quite get. Well, I had it.
How did you find it to process the image? Because I didn't find it too bad. I know we had a bit of gradient, and I basically did a DBE on 3 corners and left the top right, and it came out pretty well.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I had sort of a fair bit of brightness in there, and because there was a bit of gradient showing up.
Yeah.
But in the end, it seemed to be okay, I guess.
Yeah.
It depends whether we've actually processed it correctly.
I usually judge it on like just how hard like I found it to process. And I think with 40 hours of data, like other than doing the basics and then just, you know, curves and stuff, I didn't find it too bad. The only thing is and maybe it's because I don't know if it's because I got although I don't think I got the O3 on a moonless. Maybe because it was low, I did find it a bit noisy. I had to run noise exterminator on it more than once.
Yeah. And I just also had to try and get this sort of background here a little bit darker and sort of places. So there was a bit of range masking going on, just to sort of try and get this a bit more into dark. I'm pointing to it, but it's not even on the screen here.
You can put it back on if you want. Just put it back on screen
just
for a minute.
Quickly.
Yeah, because it's good, I think, because we've actually processed it quite differently. So I think it's kind of cool to.
So these areas out here, I found were quite light if I wanted to bring some of the structure out here. I mean, it's a fairly. I was going through the different processes, and I had sort of more of your typical SHO image, and then I sort of was going along that way, and then I thought, I'll try. This is probably more. It looks probably more akin to an HOO image than an SHO image, but
you've definitely got certain areas where you've pulled it out more than I have, especially like your top right corner. I think you've managed to pull like that stuff out there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I sort of decided to go a bit dark and stormy.
Yeah, it is. It's nice, isn't
it? I guess, but it's not very SHO. Like it's more HOO. I think it looks more like just the red and blue that you might expect compared to an SHO image where you might.
I think mine's probably more. I think mine's more SHO probably. Yeah, because I kept a lot of the green in because I don't know why, but lately I've found I really like the green for some reason in images.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. I'm going through a phase.
I do too normally, and if you can get that sort of gradation where you've got a bit of a red and green and yellow, and then through to blue, it's really nice. And you keep a bit of that green, just give that interest. Yeah. There we go. Oh yeah. Nice.
So it's a lot. I think mine's a lot greener, as you can see.
Yeah.
I went a bit the other way. I went crazy on green with this one.
Yeah.
And like,
it's
kind of a nice bit of orange as well through there. I don't know why. Just that one section came out. Obviously, I guess the mix therein, but it just came out like naturally. That was already much oranger than everything else.
Yeah, and I think you've got a bit more of the blue around the little tadpole than I did. I seem to have lost it. And this is quite nice because you got the green, you got a bit of aqua, you got a bit of dark blue. You know, there's some nice.
Yeah, and there's a bit of purpley sort of as well.
Yeah,
kind of in there.
Yeah, I found I had some purple in there and in mine too, and I thought, I kept it because it seems to be part of it.
Yeah,
if you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But I had to do the same as you in that I was bringing it up, but then I had to kind of keep. And even now, I'm not sure if I've got the background. It's that whole balancing thing. Like I kept darkening the background, but then it kind of looked a bit weird. So then I went back and pushed the background up again, but then I was like, is it too? Then obviously it makes it a bit noisier as well because I don't know, I went backwards and forwards quite a few times.
I think I've run noise exterminator or whatever on this a few times.
Because I usually start off with 50% with noise exterminator, but this time I had to run it twice because it was way too noisy the first time.
See, I can see you've got more of the there's more of the bluey purple around the little tadpole, which is really truly there, which I see on other images, and which I kind of has been a bit lost in mine.
It just goes to show though, isn't it? Like, you know, how many different ways there are to process images. I think it's nice what day it's on as well. I just, you know, some days I go with much more of a ready, but today I was just like, oh no, I'm going green today. Okay, everyone, so I hope you enjoyed our little look there at the Bean Nebula. So like I said, it sits within the Large Magellanic Cloud down here. It's probably like second fiddle to the Tarantula Nebula, which is our brightest object within that Large Magellanic Cloud. And as you can see, there's so much going on there. we chose to go in, close on the Bean Nebula, but there's so many different objects within that large Magellanic Cloud, and it really is great for us at this time of the year in the Southern Hemisphere, because there's not that much to choose from, really. So as you can see, me and Logan both, we got 46 hours in total, and we both processed that image quite differently, which that's one of the cool things about, I think, astrophotography. We've got the same data, but we both sort of processed it with different sort of color palettes in mind. I went more traditional SHO, Logan went more with that sort of reddy blue sort of feel, but I think both images were really, really cool, and I hope you enjoy them. So I won't ramble on anymore. I'll put the images up, and I just wish everybody out there lots of clear skies, and I hope your astrophotography is, I hope it's going really well. So I will catch you next time, guys, and thank you very much for watching. Cheers.